Hi Stampers, this is Trevis. Welcome to Video Friday. And so today we're going to be making a New Year's card. So for all those people that you forgot to send Christmas cards to, or they sent you a late Christmas card and you wanted to respond but you didn't have a card ready, you can send them a New Year's card. And so today we're going to be using a bundle that's in the online exclusives. It's called Encircled in Nature. And so this is the stamp set. No, it doesn't look like a New Year's card, right? Because New Year's stamps. But there's this one stamp in here that says, "May this year be incredible and filled with possibilities." And I'm like, yeah, that's good. That sounds good. So today we are going to make a card using that stamp and some designer series paper from the mini catalog. We're going to be using Basic Beige cardstock for our card base, and Berry Burst as our focal color of the card. So let's get started right now. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take that Basic Beige cardstock, and that's 5.5 by 8.5. Fold that in half. Okay, and that will be our card base. Okay, and then I have this piece of designer series paper. And isn't that gorgeous? I love it. It's from the mini catalog. I'll tell you what it's from. Hold on a second. It's from this pack of paper. It's obviously not Christmas paper. It's called Regal Winter. It's a 12 by 12 designer series pack, and it has all these gorgeous colors in it. And so Berry Burst is the focal color of this. I think Berry Burst is the focal color, my opinion, of this designer series paper. So I'm going to go ahead and adhere this to my card. Now, before I adhere it, I would say there are some dies in here that you could cut out of the center, because you're going to cover the center up with a wreath. So the dies that coordinate, of course, are called Encircled in Nature dies. And there are 17 dies in here. Okay, so you have the wreath. We have this one. It's another piece of the wreath. We have the leaves. This cuts out the trees, like the Christmas trees. It cuts that out. This is a very Christmassy greenery. So there's a lot of different dies in here. But this one here is like a little flower. I don't know if you can tell, but it's like a little flower. And so if you were so inclined, you could cut one of these out of the center, and you would have this. Okay, so, and no one would know that that was cut out of the center. So there you go. So there is just an idea for you. I already cut mine out, so I'm not going to do that today. I'm just going to keep it simple. Get my tape to work. Okay. And put our designer series paper down. Ah, Trevis. I'm telling you, when it touches, it wants to stick. Okay, let's see if we can get this right. Let's center that. There we go. That's better. Okay, so we have that down. Now I have cut out a circle from Decal Circles. So these are retiring, and they are on the, I hope they're still on there, actually. They are on the Last Chance products, and these are awesome. There's tons of these in there. So I cut this out of Basic Beige also. So I'm going to actually stamp that with that cool stamp I just showed you. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and stamp that in Berry Burst. Okay, so now you can see how pretty that font is. Isn't that gorgeous? Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to mount that in the center of my card. Okay, and then with these dies, I cut out of very vanilla cardstock. Okay, so these dies are very cool. It's like a grapevine wreath. And it gives you these little guides, these little little pimples here that stick over. Okay, so if you lay one down on your die cutting machine and then you lay this one in the center and line them up, you will get this. And it's like a grapevine wreath. I didn't do it in dark wood. I could have, but I just did it in very vanilla. So now I'm going to go ahead and add that to my card. And I'm just going to put a little liquid glue on here. Okay, so just don't want to over glue, right? Just want to do a little bit of glue, but enough to hold it in place. And so that it, because that's really narrow, right? You don't want it to squeeze out. So now I'm just going to add that on top of this. And the reason that I did two different colors is so that the grapevine wreath would actually pop next to the Basic Beige cardstock. Okay, now I have this wreath, and this is my favorite wreath of the, this is my favorite, I'll show it to you this way. This is my favorite wreath of the dies. I love this wreath. So what I did was I added adhesive sheets to the back, and so it's easy for me to adhere. So I'm just going to peel this off. It's going to be really sticky, so I know it's going to want to stick to my fingers. So you need to pull it off gently so you don't tear your wreath, because the wreath is pretty fragile. But isn't that gorgeous? See what I mean? Very sticky. There we go. Okay, so now it's super sticky. So now I'm just going to add that to my grapevine wreath. This is actually a card we made at Club, my December club. And I thought it was pretty enough to share with you. Okay, now there's another, as I showed you, that little one that we cut. But what did I do with it? Oh, here it is. This one that we cut. Okay, so we have that one. And then I cut the leaves out of shaded spruce. Okay, so I'm going to glue these together. So I'm just going to put a little liquid glue. Well, first of all, this has, I should just adhere this to my card. This has its adhesive sheets on the back. So I did do adhesive sheets on some of these, but not on all of them. Okay, so I am going to, let's see, kind of do this one like this. So I don't want to cover up my words. Ooh, don't tear it. Okay, and then this one, put a little adhesive on it because I didn't put adhesive sheets on this one. Okay, so now I'm just going to adhere this on top. I'm just going to use my silicone craft sheet to hold that down so it's not so sticky on my fingers. I've learned that the hard way. Okay, so there we go. We got that down now. And then I'm going to use a piece of ribbon, and this is Basic Beige ribbon. And I love it. So I already tied a bow, and now I'm going to use my mini glue dots. And I'm going to put a mini glue dot on the back. I'm just going to attach that right there. Now I could cut these off and make these shorter, or I could kind of crimp them up, which I really love this technique where you kind of crimp them up like that. It doesn't mail that good, okay? If you do this, it doesn't mail that well, but it sure looks cute. So I'm just going to put a little bit of adhesive right here. If I can get it to come out of my, just a tiny bit, and I'm going to kind of give it that little pinch. Same thing on this one. Give it that little pinch, and then I'm going to cut this off. Okay, so that it's mailable. Okay, now on the inside of my card, I'm going to be using a stamp from throughout the year. And it says, cheers to you and the new year. So this is a red rubber set. So I'm going to go ahead and in my Berry Burst, I'm going to go ahead and stamp that on the inside of my card. Okay, cheers to you. It's a little crooked, Trevis. Not the best. A little bit crooked, not the best stamp I've ever done. Cheers to you and the new year. Okay. That A doesn't stamp that well. There's like a little bubble. Right there. Kind of bugs me. Okay, so there is my finished card. You could add some embellishments on here if you wanted to. You could put a few little rhinestones on here to, you know, jazz it up. But I think it looks pretty just the way it is. It's got that pretty designer series paper. I don't really want to take away from that. So I think I'm just going to leave it as it is. Okay, so thanks for watching today. My name's Trevis Bossler, a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in St. Louis, Missouri, and I will see you on Christmas Eve. December 24th, we will have our final video. And I'm not going to probably do a Christmas video. I'll probably just do a regular video card for the 24th. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you on Tuesday. Bye.